Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to do my June 2023 TBR. So I'm going to be a little conservative this month. Last month I failed epically on most of the books I put on my TBR. I did a lot of rereading due to just how I was feeling early in the month, and then I got sick, and so I didn't read for several days, and then after that it was kind of like I reread to get kind of back into reading, which is what I normally do. And then I just read a lot of things that were not on my my TBR, my planned TBR. So I kind of put that all aside, except for a couple of them did make it onto this list. But I'm only going to talk about 7 books that I for sure would like to get to. These are the high priority ones. I only really have 2 that I'm going to be for sure working on or reading this month, and the other 5 are just hopefuls. I hope to get to them. So, because again, mood reading is the thing for me right now, and rereading is still really high on some of the series that I would like to reread. So I'm not going to worry about those right now. So we're just going to talk about the books that I think I'm going to read. So the one for sure I'm going to read is a buddy read I have with Berna at Berna's Bookish Adventures, and that is The Millhouse Murders by Yukito Ayasuji. So this is translated from the Japanese by Ho-Ling Wang. So we read the Decagon House Murders a couple months ago. Really enjoyed that. It was just a fun book about a retelling of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. So this one is also another house murder. I don't know anything else beyond that. I know it has a reoccurring character from the other series who was kind of the amateur detective kind of thing. But that's about all I know. And then it's a lock room mystery. And I'm just going to it kind of blind for this. So we are going to read this early in June together, and I'm really excited to get back to the series. There's a couple of these series that I started for mysteries, Japanese mysteries, that translated stuff that I want to get to, and I want to for sure get to this one again this month with her, because this one just came out in May. So anyway, but I'm looking forward to that buddy read. And then the other is a read-along that I'm doing through Instagram, and that is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. This is the translation by Christina. Oh, I don't know how to say her name. Donager? I don't know how you say that last name. No idea. Anyway, so this is my fail from March of the Mammoths. Actually 2 years running. So, but this time I got 150 pages in before I got sick, and then I didn't get to finish this, or I just never could pick it back up again. I didn't feel like it. So, I'm going to join a 3-month read-along on Instagram. I think it's Pixie Hollows who's doing it. I will have her Instagram link down below if I have her name incorrect, or I'll have it linked down below anyway. But she's doing a read-along, and she has it. I'm going to tab up the book here probably the next day or two, because I'm pretty sure I don't have to read the first week because I have 150 pages in already, because I'm not going to restart it because I just read it in March, but I'm going to continue on. And as I said, this is one of those books that's been on my TBR for over 20 years that I've meant to read forever. I always knew I was going to, kind of thing. And I just want to get through it this year. This is one of the classics I just want to make sure I get done this year. This is top priority. And I decided to join a read-along that was a slower paced one, because I know some people did it last year, I think, a read-along. Was it this year? Last year or the year before? I don't remember. They did it Les Mis, and I missed it at the time. I wasn't ready to read it. But now I want to get it done. So I joined this other one. So I'm looking forward to starting that here in June. As I said, I'm not going to restart the book because I just read that in March, but I'm looking forward to continuing to read this through June. So you will probably see this on my July and August TBR as well, because I don't think I will be finished. I mean, I'm not going to read ahead, I don't think. So I do have that on audio. It's a cast audio that follows this translation, so I'm probably going to listen to it more than I will physically read it, but we will see. As I said, I'm just excited to try to get back to that and finish that Mammoth that I did not get to finish in March. Then I have 2 books that were on my May TBR that I wanted to read that I didn't get to. And one of them is Heaven Official's Blessing by Mo Zhang Tong Shui? I don't know how you say that. So this is, I don't know if these are considered light novels or what. I don't know. I don't know the terminology for what these are. I mean, they're novels. It's just, I don't know. They're in this different format. I'm not sure what these are. This was translated by Suika, I don't even know what language this was translated from. I don't know if I know that. It might be from Chinese. I'm not sure because it says Beijing at one point. So I'm not sure. Anyway, if someone knows, let me know. Anyway, the point is that I bought this last year on my birthday, so last May, because I wanted to try one of these. And this one is one of the ones I'd heard about at the time. This has to do with a prince who ascended to godhood, and then something happened and he was sent back down. And I think he's kind of ascended and descended several times, and then I think he meets this human that he has a connection with, and that's about all I know. But I don't own any more of this series. I just have this first book, and I'd really like to try it just to see if I like it and the writing style and stuff, and I just have not tried it. So again, I'm putting it on my TBR because I want to get to this. This is one of the prettiest books I own. It is just so gorgeous, and I just can't get myself to read it or make the time to read it. It's just so pretty. Anyway, so we're going to try to read that. Then the other book that was on my TBR was The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden. So this is Katie from Books and Things, and I pre-ordered her book and I really want to read it. It's a gothic Victorian novel. I think it's kind of a mystery as well. So it's a young woman who is a widow, and she takes a governess job to somewhere in an isolated country house in the west of England. But something isn't right at the place, and then things start going. So I've heard good things about this. I've really wanted to read it just to support Katie. I bought it. I pre-ordered it. So I did want to get to this. I do have the audiobook right now from my library, just came in. So I might listen to it or I might read it. I don't know. I'm going to see what I feel like at the time, or I might do it a combo listen and read. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I have it to try it. But I definitely want to get to this. Again, I'm trying to read my pre-orders that I buy this year, because I'm notorious about buying stuff and then or pre-ordering stuff and not reading it. So this year I was trying to do better, and so far I'm failing because I was doing so well at first and now I'm not. So this is, again, I want to get to this one. Another pre-order that came in early May. So this is this book, and the next book you have is a couple of these books again were from May. So like I said, the Millhouse Murders, and then this one also came out in the very first week of May, which is Spring's Arcana, which is book 1 in the Dead God's Heart trilogy. No, duology. This is a duology by Lilith St. Croix. So I just finished the Dante Valentine series by her, and I have read other books by her. I bought this because it was a duology and it's urban fantasy, and it has to do with this woman who makes some kind of deal in this shady building in New York City. Did you almost fall? Anyway, and she makes some kind of shady deal, and it has, I'm sure it's urban fantasy. There's something going on. I'm not sure there's something about some road trip, I think. Anyway, it's a duology and it's an urban fantasy, and as I said, I just enjoy her writing enough that I wanted to buy this. So I did pre-order this. So anyway, I want to get to this one as well, because the second book or in the duology, The Salt Black Tree, comes out in August. So I want to know if I want to pre-order that book as well. So anyway, I want to read that. And then I have to blame this other new release that I want to get to. I bought it when I was sick. So like I remembered buying it, but I was like, did I really do that? And yeah, I did. But it was just the hype. Everybody was talking about it, and I was sick enough that I fell for the hype. So I want to try to read it this month because everybody's talking about it, making videos on it, and I want to know what I think about it. And that is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. So I got the pretty edition. Yes, I bought it. I just had to. Anyway, it has to do with dragons. It has to do with the dragon writing school, and a young woman who had always wanted to be a scribe like her father, but at the last minute, her mother makes her join the dragon writer school, which is if you don't become a dragon writer, you die kind of thing. It's, low rate of success, and she still sends her daughter to do that. And it's her finding allies, and there's romance in this. This is definitely a fantasy romance from what I hear. It's classified as new adult, so I'm not sure how I'll get along with this. Sometimes that works for me, sometimes not. I have heard it's written kind of young-ish. I don't know. We'll see. but I hear it's like bingeable and lots of people like to read it. And again, it has dragons. So I do want to read that. So that's also on the list. And then the last book is a book that I started at the end, I think it was the end of April. And that's when I had to stop reading all the books I was reading and I just started rereading stuff. And again, I think it was really well done for my mental health. I just went into a kick of rereading stuff, which was really a good thing at the time for me. But I left this book behind, and it's definitely a book that I was interested in. I just couldn't make myself sit down and read it, and I wasn't ready to focus on it. But I'm hoping in June I can at least read this one, if not the whole trilogy. Okay, I'm not going to push myself, but I at least the first book, I want to read Jade City by Fonda Lee. So this is the first book in the Greenbone saga, and I really like the first 30 pages. We're following this island, and so this is fantasy, but it kind of has urban fantasy feels to me, which is probably why I am drawn to it. It has to do with some gangs who on this island are, rule with some magical powers gotten by Jade, has some magical powers, and then there's I think there's stuff brewing between the families that are these different rivals and stuff going on. So it's very gangster-like, I think, but with fantasy touches in it. And so I'm looking forward to this. As I said, I like the first 30 pages. I really want to read this. So I'm hoping to, I probably will have to reread the first 30 pages because it's been, well, I mean, I don't have to, but I might just do it just to get back into it, but we'll see. I really want to read this series. It's, again, one of those series that I've heard about for the last few years, and I just never picked it up. Even though I had this book for a really long time, I hadn't picked it up. So now I want to pick it up, and I would really love to binge the whole series. We will see what happens. It matters how my mood is this month. If not, I just want to at least get through this one, and then maybe I can read Jade War next month, and then, Legacy that one after. But we'll see. This is the one I want to, the next series of my series about series that I want to focus on. So that's that. So those are all the books that I want to read. I don't know if I can stack these, but I am really looking forward to these ones. As I said, there's probably so many other books I want to read too. I mean, there are. I own a lot of books, but these are the ones that are going to be my focus for June. As I said, the only ones for sure I'm going to read are part of Les Mis and the Millhouse Murders. The other ones I just really hope I can get to. We will see. As I said, I'll have them sitting next to the couch and hopefully I'll grab them. But we will see. So are any of these books ones I definitely need to pick up that were favorites of yours? Or are any of these you want to see what happens? Let me know anything what are you reading for June? What are your plans? I'm not doing any readathons or anything. I'm kind of backing off from a lot of readathons right now just because I'm mood reading so much. It's hard to focus. I mean, I had a really good success with a readathon just this last week, or weekend. But I mean, again, it was it was like a shorter time period. Right now, I don't think I can do mini readathons. So I'm just going to back off. Even the big ones that are coming up in the second half of the year, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to have to be pretty light with them because of the way my reading is. So, because I hope to read these books, but who knows? I'm all over the place. So anyway, that's it. Let me know what you're reading for June or what you're participating in, and let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.